We had a goat, had some babies, and these ones, I guess I forgot to put them up last night. They're just out here hanging out in the shade. And we came over here, unload some sewing machines. So under the guise of coming to check the goats out, I don't have to unload the sewing machines. No, I'll help them in a minute. But we're gonna go up here and see these baby goats. There's our turkeys. Go, 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 go! Any noise you make, if you clap loud, he'll do that. Here's some baby goats. See if we can go in here and not get mauled by the goat. It was a goat mauling. Hi, Mom. Hello. The really cute one's behind the trash can here. This one's just kind of, yeah, whatever. Hello, come here. Here it comes. Come here. There we go. There it goes, trying to feed. That's good. The water's running down the hill. Well, we do have a leak, but not that much of a leak. Nah, but they're not big enough to run away yet. If you mess with them a couple times a day, for the next few days, they'll get used to that shit. I don't know, there's eight baby chicks running around there.
There they are.
Yeah. I don't think we showed that on video either. She got a whole little burrow dug, digging up all them worms and junk.
That's crazy how they're teaching.
She's pretty good mom too. She
They are.
something.
Pretty good bunches.
Something was over here, had her riled up, and she fluffed her wings out and made herself look twice as big. We got the goat feed. As soon as it gets wet, it turns into this powder and mush, and they won't eat it. Really? Like, they will not touch it. So all these flies come and lay eggs in it, and you'll dump it out, and it'll just be a terrible mess. So I got to take that and spread it out on the hill up there, and the heat will cook the flies out of it. But I think the solution is to put like a little cover over it, so when it rains, it doesn't get wet in there. But they want to
get them with like a little roof.
Well, they want to step in it. Once they step in it, once they break it down and it's no longer pellet, they won't eat it. So you got $30 of feed right there that's just trash now.
Yep. The chickens won't eat it neither, will they?
No, because they have better shit to eat if they can get a hold of bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I turn this sprinkler on. The sprinkler is very limited as to what it'll do, and it's kind of a hassle to move it. So I'm gonna get, I think, 3 more of these towers and some quick disconnects for the hoses. So I can just water 15 minutes here, 15 there. So, well, it did a shitload leaving that water on last night.
Oh, you left it on all that?
Yeah, I fucking forgot. That's why it's so wet down there.
Oh, well, you kept good water then.
Right here. But it's starting to come in. We've got some fescue, and we've got 100 pounds of wheat down that Jack gave us. We just need some consistent rain, so we've just been sprinkling it every night.
It won't be long.
But I come out here and water it by hose, and it takes a damn hour. I want a giant pine tree like here, and then over there, but big ones. Like I wanted to have to bring them in on 2 trucks. I'm sure we know like a pine tree mover company or something. Somebody listening to this video knows somebody that can bring us a giant redwood or something out of the sequoia forest.
10 foot at the stump.
I wonder how long it has to sit there to be stable enough to put a treehouse in, because like it's going to take a while for the roots to get in there. Because I want to have that treehouse builder guy come build this. Well, I want it tall enough.
You can get one of the treehouses built in these trees back here.
But I want the treehouse over here, behind us.
Yeah, we ain't got that.
How about a big steel fire watch tower that's like 100 feet?
That.
I want it tall enough so that I can zip line from there.
To the back of the
but I'm gonna put a sliding door in, 2 sliding doors up high.
By your office.
So I can slide in. Yeah, so I can slide into my office.
Yeah, off the end. So we'll have a couple towers up here to go from each tower to tower, and then one that comes straight down to the office.
We'll have the guys from Adventure Works come and pipe that in. So all that water runs downhill. We really need to put something down here that's going to grow. Then we don't even have to water down here. We just water upstairs, up top. And I got mud all over my shoes now. I'm going to track that shit right in on the tiles.
We didn't know how you were going to get machines. We just kind of lined them down that wall.
You've been around long enough to know that I don't know how I want the machines.
I know, exactly. We figured you'd move them when you get in here anyway.
Yeah, they'll probably move them.
Because you probably need space between them and the wall.
Eli had that made, what do you think it is, 6 feet across?
Yeah.
It's a carbon fiber vinyl, and it has fluorescent behind it, and it also has LED lights, so when you turn it on, it actually illuminates through the carbon fiber. You've seen it. I'm just telling the guys on camera.
Yeah, we turned them around and put them so far off the wall.
Yeah, they're going to want to jam them up against the wall, but we're not going to do that here. These are just some extra machines that we weren't running. We've got, I don't know, we probably got 20, 30 extras. So we just brought them in here, kind of stage them and set out. And then when we bring the real machines in next week, we'll just swap these out and just keep these ones in reserves. Hey, when Curtis tells you he's in the long range precision shooting, Curtis is talking about he's got a Mosin Nagant.
I got one of those. We want these.
You want to put these on the plastic table over there by the sun, or you want to stack them over
No,
here?
let's just stack them up right over here. We don't need to go that far. 'Cause we gotta go.
It's going to be all day long in here. Somebody falls out of their chair, it's going to echo. About once every 2 years, somebody will go to sit down and their chair will collapse. No, not sabotage, literally just sheer wore the chair out.
Well, they don't trip over the cords, right?
What's that?
Well, like that, and they don't trip over their cords.
Well, they got to come off because they got to be able to get behind the tables and shit. We'll put them. As long as we got them in here, we can. Because he's like, Jeff's like, man, we could put 6 sewing machines. I go, 6 sewing machines. You could put fucking 20. You're gonna be surprised because you run them. If you run them in a square where they walk into the box and everybody faces outward, you can run a shitload of sewing machines. You can run them in a line. You can, and then you got to. Some of the tables will have to have tables in front of them for run out for big work. And that's what we've done so much with so little for so long. Now, you know, it's all we could do in the beginning just to buy the sewing machines. When really you needed a $2,500 sewing machine, and then you need another, you know, $2,000 worth of shit to go with that sewing machine. So now, you know, automation and extra tables and just making things easier so that they can do their tasks more efficiently. But we run most of these workhorses. We got Conso 206s, which is pretty much was the industry standard for a long, long time. And then you've got copies of them made by Seiko, and you've got copies made by Juki and Nakajima and Pfaff. But really, it's all the same sewing machine. All the parts inside are interchangeable. So what happens is this industry in the United States is pretty well dead. So all these machines, all those assets have been taken offshore. So like our sewing guy goes to Africa and goes hunting a lot. And I'm like, man, don't you ever fucking work? And he says, man, I go over to Africa and hunt. He shoots lions and he did a lion from a helicopter. He's like all kinds of big game, like huge. Like he could fill this room with his trophy room. It's huge. It's impressive. And he goes, I buy shipping containers full of sewing machines in Africa and ship them back. I go, what the fuck, why do you go all the way to Africa? He goes, man, they're not here. Like the industry is just dead here. The machines are offshore and we have to go offshore to get them. So whenever he gets them, he's like, hey John, I've got 6 of these, or I've got 12 of these. I'm like, we'll take every one of them. Anytime he gets them, we'll buy them. And now we're moving into some other things. This is a double needle right here. It's a little heavier weight machine to just run straight edges on belts. And we're gonna set up, the thing is, like, so you get a machine like this, it is, but it only does one thing. So literally that's all it will do. So you have to have 4 of these machines set up to sew 1/2 inch apart, 1.5 inch apart, 2 inch apart, and literally all that can do. So a lot of time you walk in and somebody's got 6 sewing machines and they're only sewing on one of them because it's just set up for that one task. So another Conso, this is a machine came from San Diego with me. It's basically also Conso 206. This is a Juki bigger air operated machine, and she's got it marked up for her where her Velcro goes edge to edge for doing EDC belts. And it's got it'll lift the foot off air. When you push forward, it sews. When you rock the pedal backwards, it lifts the foot. And if you push it backwards more, it also clips your thread, so you don't have to cut the thread. Again, another 206, another 206. This is another 206. Looks like no, I guess all the parts are there. I got a needle. And then we've got another, I don't know, we've got another at least 40 of these. And then we've got some big automated machines. Everything that was being sewn on in the other building right now is still there. And we left another dozen extra machines there, so if they need to rotate or something happens. So that's what's going on today. And then we're going to go through here. We've got these 2 back rooms, and they're actually set up as bathrooms, but we roughed them out. We haven't finished them, but we've got a bunch of building supplies and materials in here. So this will get organized today. We're gonna run shelving all down this wall. What would you say that is? That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 feet, that span. So we're just gonna run wire rack shelving and put our consumables back here. So we'll have all our lighters and our toilet paper and just shit like that. And then another room and a bunch of stinks in here. We had a bag of feed corn in here and it had gotten wet. And I know there was some mice. So this is all got to get picked up. We're going to put wire shelving, get everything up off the ground so that we can just, know what's in here. We're not sure what all's here yet. And then we'll be able to utilize it. We're going to rough these out also as bathrooms so that if we have an issue with any of the bathrooms going down, we'll have those in backup. Halloween party, I think we're doing it the weekend after Halloween, so you guys can start getting ready for that. I don't think we're going to bring in a big band this time. We're just going to do a DJ, bring in a food truck catering service, and we're looking at maybe like circus tents outside, and then we'll have the music and the DJ, and outside air-conditioned big tents, and then we can have our industry people inside here, our vendors and stuff inside. So it won't be as big of a deal, but we'll have more people show up, and the volume won't be quite as loud, so we'll be able to do more business and do more things. You're off that day? So we got in the kitchen yesterday, and by we I mean not me. Hey, I want to take all this stale beer and give it to the goats.
Shit, I didn't know you still had that. You'll need to carry them back along.
We already paid for it, right?
Yeah, they got a deposit on them though.
What do they give us back? 50? It'd be worth somebody blowing those up for $50. I mean, if you went in and said, hey, sell me that keg for $50, I bet you they wouldn't give it to you.
I think it was 50 on each one of them.
Yeah, we'll take those back. But
it's 50 on each one of these too.
So we're gonna get $200 back or 150 back?
Well,
I thought there was a third one too.
1, 2. There should be one more of these smokes.
If we're gonna keep doing this shit, we should get some good taps though.
Yeah. There should be one more tap. Here they are.
Shoot Steel. Hey guys, what's up? So Jeff just got in here yesterday and cleaned this up and organized it. And man, the kitchen looks way fucking bigger without all that shit sitting on the ground.
That's bud heavy right there.
I figured, I was serious.
Charge for these two.
I was serious. We'll just feed this to the goats. They'll eat that shit up. We'll put them in the pen.
Probably put it in that stick there.
Put it in that feed and I'll bet they'll eat the feed, yeah. So I came in here over the weekend. I'd walked in here real fast to get a bottle of water. And I heard zzz. I didn't think anything of it. And I'd heard it a couple times. I kept hearing something kind of like bouncing around, like hitting the lamps and shit, the light. Well, then I came back in here and I turned the light on, and on the door frame here, wasps, most of them are cleaned up. On the door frame here, these wasps were literally up top to bottom, like they were gonna swarm. So we'd been getting wasps in here. I didn't know where they were coming from. I just figured they were coming towards the light through the cracks and shit. And it was beyond just smacking them one or two. So I bug sprayed it. And when I opened the door up, this bar slides 6 inches into the metal door frame. Well, the door frame's hollow, and that's where their nest was. So I'd sprayed in there, and that was on Saturday. And I came back in here Monday and Tuesday, and these bugs were still twitching on the ground after being sprayed, like directly coating them. And you always hear dudes local around here go, yeah, the red wasps are the worst. And so I thought you had like yellow wasps and red wasps and orange wasps. Well, come to find out, I think they're all the same hive. They're the same bee. It's just different stages, or like they're drone and worker wasp or queen bee or whatever, because they were all coming out of the exact same hole. Yeah. All I know is that I don't want to be stung by any of those. Look at. You have to light a smoke signal. The building is too big. We can't hear you. Use your walkie-talkie.
Space. How much space do they need between the machines?
Oh, they ain't gonna like that. How much do they need or how much do they want? They could work with that right there. You look at real factories and they run like that. But they're gonna need more room than that. They're not, see, they're not gonna wanna have to walk down past each other.
So what do you say, 3 machines across?
Yeah, and they're gonna wanna stand in between too. They're gonna need like, put a machine in a cart, give them one of those carts and a machine, and that'll let them, they can put their purse on the cart and then they can put their personal shit and whatever they're working in on the tubs.
How much space between rows?
A little more. I would face them, I don't know, I think I would face them this way and have them sit here looking this way.
Okay, we can do that too.
There's really no right or wrong. They're gonna, whatever you do, they're not gonna like it and they're gonna wanna change it and they're gonna get used to it however we put them. It really just comes down to workflow. But if you gotta walk, it's gonna be a hassle walking down those aisles and shit like that. And I wouldn't put them, if you give them that shelf, they are going to.
The only reason why I put that there is because of what you said yesterday.
Okay.
Hiding in the corner.
Yeah.
They can't hide in the corner, there's a fucking shelf there.
Yeah, because if you put that, like that shelf there, if you put that, they're gonna put a ton of shit on there and nobody's ever gonna look at it. If you give them a place to set some shit, they're gonna set some shit there and it's gonna look like the other shop.
My thought was that would be your girl's corner anyways. What's her name?
That's probably not a bad idea. She said, because she's cold all the time, she keeps telling me, she goes, put me someplace warm. I go, where do you want to be? She goes, I want to be over up front by your office. I go, you cannot be my fucking work bay. I go, your machine is the loudest one in here, and I intentionally put my workspace under my office so that when I'm not sewing, it's quiet in my office. So maybe
I'll go long ways this way, but I'll keep them between these 2 pillars.
Yeah, so try that.
Yeah, maybe probably it's the farthest away from the vent too.
Yeah, there's no vents over here. Our vents run all across here, and in the middle there's no vents either.
So you want space to walk through in the cart, and space to walk through.
And the crazy thing is, if you brought 2 girls up here, and they said, hey, this is how we want this set up. Well, and it could make perfect sense. It would make all the sense in the world. But because those 2 ladies wanted it set up that way, there would be 4 others that are pissed because it happened, even though they would have done the same thing.
Yeah. That's like Delta Force and Red Cell. Delta Force cannot use the same rifles that Red Cell uses. And Red Cell cannot use the same night vision that Delta Force uses, just because.
We're not actually they're not calling anything Red Cell anymore, right?
No.
I didn't know if we were back full circle to Red Cell or not. Is your boy over there in Vegas, is he cool with Chris?
Chris Costa?
Karachi. Chris, because they were on the same team.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Because you know Chris Karachi's over there in Vegas still.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He hangs out with, he did some shit with Aaron Malton. You know who works for Zert? Did you ever meet Austin Mendelbaum?
The last name sounds familiar, Mendelbaum.
Little fucking 13-year-old kid, mom brought him in the shop because he's getting in trouble and shit. He went to that private military school over there in Carlsbad.
Okay, yeah.
So you know old boy grew up fucking like 6th deployment fucking Ranger.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he gets out. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, fucking, I hate it, man. You know, because he's a stormtrooper. That's like, if you want some shit, you want a runway destroyed, some fucking buildings dropped or something.
That's where you go.
Fucking put me to sleep, put me in a cage, wake me up when there's a war, you know? Demolition man. So he's bouncing around, and I heard he's in Vegas. I'm like, hey, you should hook up with my boy Aaron. They're doing this zombie stuff. It's lifestyle shit, it's pretty cool, but he's got some shooters working for him, fucking Tyler Gray and some of these fucking CAG dudes. So I put him over there, and Austin fucking lands a deal. They're flying around doing a bunch of shit. Like they go over and they broker a deal in, like it's like Russia. It's not Russia, but it's fucking, it's like
one of those.
So they go over and broker this deal for all this 7.62 39 ammo and shit. And they're putting pictures up on Instagram and Facebook they're on these all these fucking MiGs just sitting there, and anti-aircraft fucking rockets, and just sitting out there in the fucking open, chain link fence cut open and shit.
Yep.
And anyways, he comes back. I see him at SHOT Show year before last. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I work for the president of OPEC. I go, what? He goes, yeah, I'm head of fucking security for the president of OPEC. I mean, I said, so what do you do? And he's going, same time I saw Vinny over there. So they're just fucking, he looks like a little rock star. When I saw Vinny, I'm like, hey, what band are you in? Are you the lead singer for Depeche Mode, or who are you with these days? You too?
He's still doing the ninja work, just as a GS guy. We're gonna need more. If we're gonna get the girls' carts, we're gonna need more carts because those
we're gonna get them this weekend. That's the thing with, like, there's only 2 Costco's in Nashville, but there's like 4 Sam's Clubs.
Yeah.
And we can run to Jackson and hit a Sam's Club too, where there's no Costco. So the wire shelving and these little racks, these can come from Sam's Club. These are pretty cool if you guys haven't seen them. They got big casters. They're 3 shelves, and you can put your shelves at any height. And the bottom one is a basket on the bottom, has some edges to it. And they're just great. You can roll work around. We'll throw a bunch of postal boxes on them and move them around, like to move weight around. I keep all my Cobra buckles, all my 1-inch Cobras on one, my 1.5's on another. So when I'm building that type of belt, I just pull this out from the wall, put it right next to my hot knife so I can lace the buckles in. I want to say these cost about $60 from Sam's Club. And man, we use them all over. We use them in all the shops. I use them in the garage. We use them upstairs. We use them at the house. They're good. In the kitchen for prepping food, they're awesome. They come with this little plastic sheeting so shit doesn't fall through. You can rip this off and clean it real easy. You can bleach it down. And for food prep and shit, just from counter to the stove or whatever, you can move all your shit around, and they work excellent. You'll find of hundreds of uses for them. We really need to get into some factories and look around.
Well, I mean, the factories that still use sewing machines, those machines are this close, and they're sitting just like this.
That's what I thought when I looked at Born Friends pit, Mike BDS. His fucking factory was real small. They just had it was almost seamless. You had a table, like this table had another table built around it with a stand in the middle, and then they had tubs that went in for the work, and then it just went, there was no air in between any of it. But like right here, like the reason we had the overheads built was so they could put their cones of thread on there. Like that's going to be an issue here looking at it right now. I really don't want to run fucking 2x4s because it just looked like shit. So for now, I guess we'll just they can put their thread on the shelf.
Put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Just as easy.
And ideally, we give them a medium pressure airline, and they can blow this shit in the corner and vacuum it up. In the old days in San Diego, we just gave them a 100-gallon, fucking 100 cubic inch or cubic foot scuba tank.
Yeah.
A steel 100 that was jammed and just blew all that shit in the corner.
You don't have any scuba tanks?
No, I left every piece. I did not bring a fucking single piece of dive gear to Tennessee. I got enough to fill probably 3 storage units sitting there rotting away.
Where?
Mom's house, San Diego. I got there's an Avon sitting over there. There's an Achilles fucking rubber Raider boat. All kinds of shit. What do you got them doing? Putting shelves together?
Yeah, we're going to put 2 shelves together, then we're going to start working on these.
All right, well, I'm going to run back up to the other building.
Basically what I'm going to do
is
I'm going to put all the, well, this doesn't have a light.
Here's your light.
I'm going to put all the construction stuff in one side and then set this up with shelves for whatever we need. And then we'll still do the racks down here for your consumables.
Can we get this construction shit organized enough so that we can access it and get to it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll
smell that?
Yeah.
There was a bag of feed corn in here.
feed corn?
Yeah, deer corn.
Okay,
And
which means the rats are probably...
When it rained, we have a leak across the back, or it was backwashing from the outside in, which they've addressed now with the dirt on the outside. But there is something rancid in here. If we just get a shelf in here or out here and start putting this shit on the shelf and then roll them in, just get it to where all my tools are in a corner, because we got a ton of shit in here. We don't know what's in here.
Yeah, I'll get it so you can...
And hang up my fucking cords and shit.
Yeah, I'll get it so you can use it.
And that, hey,
yes,
it doesn't mean you do it. That means you delegate authority to do it.
I am. Look at, they're putting the shelf together right now. Crack, crack, hurry up. Get the shelf together.
That's what he said. He goes, we need to run this shit like boot camp. He said, we need morning PT. That's what he said.
Who said that? Who wants morning PT?
See him? Where's his hand?
Oh, shit, all right. I'll see you tomorrow, 05:30.
Scully said, hey.
I know the Army does that shit. You do PT first thing in the morning.
Scully said, hey, I drive past the gym on the way to the shop every morning.
I went to jump school.
I drive past the shop every morning on the way to work, so why don't you just meet me there and we'll work out? I said, we can't fucking go to the gym. The gym's at 10:30 because breakfast is at 9:30.
Yeah, that's
like SOE, we don't actually do any work at SOE until noon.
That just doesn't fly with me. Except for people who show up at 5 o'clock.
We got to get to the shop at 8.
Okay, that shelf.
We got to talk about having breakfast till 9.
You can't get much on that one.
What are we going to put on that? Snacks and shit?
Yeah.
Hide snacks from the soul women. They couldn't reach it.
Grab you a piece of 2x4 or something, tap that off.
I got it.
Watch that light. That's when it comes flying off and breaks that light shield. One of the worst cuts I ever had was from a fluorescent light tube.
Oh yeah, that's the...
I have the scar I'm looking for. Where'd that scar go?
Here, let's just get this side first.
Maybe it's on the other side. There it is. Can you see it?
Yeah. This one there?
Yeah. Boy, it fucking sliced me open good. All the fat came out, looked like a little lobster.
Yeah.
Like a sausage. Like a beer brat when it fucking ripped open.
Split open.
Do you want me to drive you back so you have a car?
Yeah, let me go. I'll go back with you and get my truck. They got some shelves to put.
So those are from Justin Souders.
Yeah.
And,
Did you steal those from REI?
I said no, he owned those. Imagine that, because they're men's mannequins. He had those in his house. I said, get me some with titties. So he got some with titties, but they're over exaggerated, which is perfect. I mean,
why did he have men's mannequins at his house?
seen Silence of the Lambs?
I've seen it.
Yeah, he lives much like that.
Oh, okay.
He has a girlfriend, so people don't suspect it.
That's the best way to do it. You gotta hide in plain sight.
He's gonna make a skin suit.
Just go down that bottom line.
Hey, don't be eating my snack cakes.